Hello, I'm Michelle Neal and welcome to my channel Stumped by a Stoma. Today I'd like to just share with you briefly something that's come to my attention whilst I've been on my journey of 20 months of navigating the processes of getting to a point of having stoma surgery, a colostomy. One of the things I've encountered is whilst trying to obtain samples of stoma pouches from various suppliers, which you're encouraged to do. There are companies out there who will, if you contact them on their website or on the phone, they're happy to send you free samples through the post for you to just look at some of their products. There's a vast array of different types, from closed varieties to drainable options, depending on whether you're having a colostomy or an ileostomy or a urostomy, all the different varieties that there are. And some of them are what you call one-piece options or two-piece options. The one-piece options, you just peel the thing off and stick it over your stoma directly to your abdomen. The two-piece options are ones where there's a base plate which you put onto your abdomen, and then you adhere the pouch to the base plate. So you just remove, when you need to change it, you just remove the pouch, but you leave the base plate in place so you can stick a new pouch on top. There's all different options and it's a bit of a minefield at first, but companies will supply these things, and I have found very helpful ones. You email them and straight away they say, yes, Mrs. Neal, I would love to send you some samples, and just tell them what you want from what's on the website and they put them in the post. Some people I've emailed 2 or 3 times and not even a response. So am I supposed to pick the phone up? I mean, they say you can fill their online form to request a sample, so that's what I've done. That's what's easiest for me. So these particular companies, I just think, well, they don't want my business. So I could, ring them up. Yes, I know. But I think, well, hold on a minute. I've emailed you 3 times. Why should I now have to pick the phone up? Some companies have replied to my request for samples by saying, I'm sorry, Mrs. Neal, because you're in the pre-operative stage, in other words, I haven't yet had the surgery, it is upcoming. But they say, sorry, we don't give out samples until 2 or 3 months, excuse me, 2 or 3 months after surgery. I'm like, how's that helping me? Anyway, I just think, with situations like this, there are so many that are willing to help. My tendency is to gravitate towards those who are willing. The ones who don't reply or the ones who put hurdles in my path are ones that I probably will avoid. However, one particular company do the products that I particularly are interested in, the pouches that I'm particularly interested in. And this is one of the companies that doesn't like to send you anything until 2 or 3 months after your surgery. So I'm not naming who they are, but my plan, as in my trying to advocate for the people who are in my position who might just think, do you know what, I can't be bothered. I want to try and push past hurdles that are put in front of my path, and I intend to contact the CEO or the marketing director or the president or the vice president of these vast corporations fast companies or whatever you want to call them, and ask them to look at it from a patient's perspective, that as we are, well, not all hospitals do this, but my particular hospital, as I've said in previous videos, gave me an artificial, what I call a fake stoma, to stick on my abdomen, and with various pouches to try to put them on to see how they feel, you know, get used to the feeling of having a stoma and a pouch on your body for a month or two before your surgery. I mean, what a brilliant idea. Whoever created and invented this little fake stoma should be knighted or given a medal of some description. It's an ingenious way of acclimatising patients to what is coming ahead for them in their surgery and how life may feel afterwards, you know, when they've had their stoma operation. So the companies that are supplying samples willingly, bless them all. Wonderful people. The ones that are going to be not replying to me or to patients, well, you need to up your game. And those who say, well, yes, we'll send something to you after you've had your surgery, several months later, I want to say, come on, you need to up your game as well. Do you want to make patients' lives easier? Because some of them have got a tab on their website saying, making life easier for patients. I'm like, well, the first place to start is to up your game with regards to sending out 1 or 2 free samples to people. If other companies are doing it, they should all be doing it. I just think, you know, what better way to get patients on board and willing to buy your products. I know in this country, in the UK, you know, we can get them on the NHS, but they're still being paid by the government. So if you want people to buy your products, you companies out there that don't like to send samples, if you want the patient to be able to obtain your products and want to use them all the time after surgery, you need to supply them with a handful of samples ahead of their surgery so that they can look at them, feel the texture of them, fit them over the fake stoma, get used to it, see which of these options they prefer. I've done 3 different pouches in the last week and I already know which ones I like. So these big companies could be losing out of business if they don't supply free samples to patients pre-operatively, not post-operative. I can't say the word. You know what I mean. After the operation. After the operation, they're probably so exhausted. They're trying to recover. They haven't got the wherewithal to pick up the phone or email. Not after surgery. Before surgery is probably the time. That's the time when patients want to investigate and get used to things and find out everything they possibly can about what they're going to go through. So I've already drafted 1 letter to a particular company and I shall be putting that in the post, and probably also to the ones who haven't even given me the courtesy of a reply by email after 2 or 3 attempts. Yeah, something's not right there. But yeah, I want to advocate for us people, us little people, us patients. I should wave my flag. Us patients who want to be, you know, want people to help them, not be a hindrance, not be an obstacle in their path. We've got enough obstacles to jump over, having surgery without having to fight our corner to obtain free samples. Anyway, I shall leave it there. I will be sending my letters in the post this week, and depending on how I get, you know, what sort of response I get, I shall update you, and I will name the ones who are helpful in their response. I might even name the ones who aren't, just to let you know. I think we have a right to know, us patients have a right to know who's going to help us and who isn't. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Until next time, I shall say goodbye. Take care. Bye.